Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Innovation Podcast, your source for all things innovation. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, today I have Adrien Cirou on the line, and he's CEO and founder over at Balou. Adrien, welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. Thank you for having me.
All right, so I'm excited to get into today's topic. So I know that you're in the middle of a pivot with Balou, and we're going to get into that, and I want to talk a little bit more about how you're pivoting and what you're doing. But before we do that, I want to get a little bit more into what you've done so far with Balou. Tell me a little bit more about the company and where you're at, please.
Yes, thank you, Adam. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background, and that kind of relates to what I'm doing now. Prior to starting Balou, I was working for a health tech company, and I was in charge of event marketing for them. So the bulk of my work was really, take care of all the logistics, all the marketing, anything that is involved for a presence, a trade show presence or conference presence for the company. So I think I calculated in 5 years, I did about 80 conferences and trade shows. So it really gave me
a lot.
So a lot, definitely a lot. It really gave me a good idea of, what exhibitors are doing, what organizers are doing as well. And what happened on one of my last shows before launching Balou, I was attending a big conference in Florida, in Orlando, and on one of my breaks, I decided to kind of walk around and visit the show floor and see what other exhibitors and companies were doing. And I noticed kind of in the back of the show floor, tucked away, a small company, a small booth, and with a beautiful motorcycle in front of it. And I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. I wonder if they're, raffling this bike away. So I went up to them and I asked, so what's the deal with this bike? And sure enough, they were doing a giveaway. And what you had to do is enter on a piece of paper your name and your information, put it in the box, and at the end of the trade show, they pick a winner. And I noticed the box was fairly empty. And so I asked them, I said, so, what's the story here? Why aren't you getting many entries? And to my surprise, they said, well, we, not many people know about us. We spend quite a bit of marketing budget on this bike. We kind of have a bad location. We didn't have the marketing budget to do some outreach. And we're getting, some low numbers, some low entries. So I thought, this is absolutely crazy. These people have, bought this beautiful motorcycle. They're trying to get as many leads as possible, and they're just not there. And, I thought, there must be a way to bridge the awareness gap between the exhibitor and the attendees. And shortly after the show, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna launch a company. I'm gonna help these exhibitors. So I decided to quit my marketing job and I launched Balou. So what Balou is doing is actually bridging this gap. We've launched a mobile platform, so it's an app that's downloaded by attendees, and we display on the app all the exhibitor giveaways. So anything from, of course, the small swag, the pens, the bags, up into, all the way up to the bigger items. So, we've raffled, we've showcased cars and, big trips and cruises and bikes, actually. And yeah, so the attendees see it, and hopefully that gets them excited, and then that pushes them to go visit the exhibitor. And once they're at the booth, then it's up to the exhibitors to do their, sales, pitch and trying to get, some leads or some potential clients. Now, what we've decided to do is work directly with the organizers. So we understand that there's tremendous value in working directly with them because they know their audience, they know their attendees, they know their exhibitors. And then on a marketing perspective, it's kind of, that was a challenge for us to get, to the right attendees. And so we have a business model that's very non-traditional, where we partner with an organizer. If they help us do the outreach, do those marketing campaigns for us, we give them, we do a rev share with them. So they get a percentage of our sales. And the sales is made from the exhibitor directly. So the exhibitors are paying a small fee to be part of this platform. And then, we collect that payment, and then we share, we give a portion back to the organizer. So it's really a great financial incentive for them to be involved and to adopt our solution. And so we've launched in May of 2018. We've done quite a few shows. We started in the health and fitness. I don't know, Adam, if you've ever been to a fitness show, but attendees go crazy
Fit Expo,
over.
Are you kidding me? Fit Expo, it's the biggest.
There you go. So
I'm all over Fit Expo. I love it. I might be doing the media for them and having a live podcast experience on once this whole pandemic thing's over and all that stuff. No, love those guys.
Oh, that's awesome. So we did our first show with Fit Expo. So Fit Expo San Diego, because we're based in San Diego. We did our pilot. We tested the grounds. We, got some really good feedback. And then we did our big launch at LA Fit Expo in 2019, January 2019. And since then, it's done really well. We've kind of opened up to other industries, so we've done outdoor, we've done a hockey show. So we're really open, there's a lot of potential, and it's not only consumer shows, but also business to business shows. There's a lot of cool stuff that are being done there.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so our last show was in March. We did a big hockey show in Wisconsin, and right after the show, we got hit with a pandemic.
And I think that brings us to today's topic. So tell us a little bit more about how you're pivoting now that we don't have the luxury of going to these events at the moment. Hopefully it gets back going, but not at this moment. How's that pivot working?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and it's been a big challenge for us because we thought, okay, well, what are the different options here? Do we kind of pause Balou and work on maybe improving the platform and getting ready when everything opens up. But there's that big unknown, right? When are shows going to open up again? And are the shows going to kind of, function differently? Are they going to go more towards virtual? And so we didn't want to sit around, and we decided, let's figure out how we can play a role and be, a solution for those organizers. And so today, of course, these organizers are pushing to go virtual, and and so it's a big challenge for everybody. But for us, we still think there's a big play, and where attending a virtual show, I don't know if you've done it, Adam, but it's not very appealing, right? So you're sitting at your desk, or at your computer, and you're listening to all these talks, these sessions online. And, it's not as exciting as, talking face to face. And so for us, the key thing was, finding the right partners, not doing this alone. We're a community all together trying to figure out how to, make things work. And so for us, it was very important to pinpoint those key partners that we can work with, and then offer our solution again as an incentive, but now we're going more on the virtual side. So adapting our platform, which is already mobile, and integrating with existing virtual platforms. So I can't name the company, but we are working right now with a big player in the event industry, in the event technology, and they're offering a lot of virtual sessions and conferences. And we're coming in as the incentive, kind of the carrot at the end of the stick, where, you know, if these people engage, if they attend these virtual conferences, they can be, you know, they can receive, you know, giveaways and rewards. So we are that component for that company.
Man, I love it. It's such a great concept, and it makes perfect sense. And what I love about this is even if things go back to normal, it's still an amazing service. Like, it's almost like, and obviously we're in the middle of it, and everybody listening, I don't mean this in a good way, but it's almost like a silver lining for you. Like, if everything goes back to normal and events are normal, then you still have the old thing that you were doing, but now you have this amazing new vertical, because one thing is for certain, and this is just a fact, there's a new market. Everybody's on Zoom and all these other things. So now people will take on like video events and other things way more seriously than they did in the past, because for some people that had never done it, they were forced to do it and they prefer it. Now they like that better. They're like, I'm not going to park my car and do this and that. I just want to sit at home and go to the event. I don't want to deal with that. And so for some people, that's going to work. And some people, I think it just expanded the market. So I think some people are going to be both. They're going to actually just increase their consumption. Instead of watching maybe Netflix, some people are going to be like, they'd rather spend that hour at an event and do the in-person too, because they would have rather did that in the first place. They just didn't have the option of doing that in the first place. So because that wasn't even an option, they went on Netflix just to kill some time. So I love it.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to change the landscape for the better. That's just my optimistic slant. But for me personally, it's changed it for the better, because I'm like, I can't wait to go to the Fit Expo #1. But you know what? In LA, but I might not make it to the San Diego one, or maybe I don't get my booth at the San Diego one. So maybe I want to watch that one on my computer, right? I don't know.
Right.
So just throwing that out there. So Adrien, that being said, exciting times for you, and congrats on all the things you're working on. If somebody's listening to this and they want more information on Balou, what's the best way for them to connect with you and your team?
Yeah, so they can go on our website at balouapp.com. We have a contact us page for organizers or exhibitors. We are also all over social media, so at Balou app on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. And feel free to contact us. We're ready to work, and we're excited. So
awesome. Well, Adrien, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background with Balou and all the great things you're doing in this pivot to help event organizers. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Innovation, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments in the comment section. I mean, I'd love to know what kind of projects and things you're working on. And Adrien, thanks again for coming on the show.